What was the emotion like, after that game in Vegas, and how quickly did it take for you guys to kind of get over that and move forward?
It was definitely, it was a sad moment for the team. I feel like we worked so hard throughout the year, um, and felt like we were pretty confident going into that game that we were going to win. So I think that's probably why we were very disappointed. But you know, probably throughout that night, and then right next when we got back, went back to work, and so we just had to get over it and start prepping for the bowl game. So,
How much of an emphasis has been, finishing plays, bringing down the ball carrier, tackling? How much has that been an emphasis since you guys got back on the field?
yeah, I mean, the emphasis has been the same throughout the whole season. We stressed a lot. The coaches stressed a lot about the importance of tackling, and stripping the ball and making plays. And it was the same thing throughout going into that game. We just really weren't able to do that the way that we wanted to, and so prepping for the bowl game, it's been the same. We've been working on tackling and the same things. We just gotta, us as players, we just need to really think about it and actually do it. It all comes down to that. And so we just gotta be better at that and make the effort of tackling and making plays.
Their quarterback, mobile quarterback, same amount of rushing touchdowns as Caleb this year. Does he remind you of anyone that you've played this season already?
Yeah, I mean, we've played a couple of those very mobile quarterbacks. I think Arizona's, Washington State. So we had a few of those mobile quarterbacks that we played against throughout this year, and so we just need to do better in the front, making plays, executing our calls, and once we do that, there wouldn't be. It'll be easy to contain him and not make any explosive plays in the backfield. So.
Does anything stand out about their offensive line? Did you watch them on tape?
Yeah, I think they're pretty good. They moved really good together. But I think throughout this week we've just been prepping. We've just been focusing more on us, like we've done throughout all season. Just our fundamentals, our techniques, it all comes down to that, our movements and the way we strike and defeat blocks and things like that. So we just gotta do better on that. But I think they do have a pretty good O-line, and I feel like they move pretty well together. So.
What did you learn from the Utah game? Is it just, like you said, technique, tackling? What was the takeaway for you from a defensive perspective?
Effort, I think. That was a big factor that I feel like, even me personally, but I feel like part of our defense probably could improve more on just effort throughout the game. I think explosive plays that they did was when we weren't really running to the ball or executing our assignments to the best of our ability. So just those things, it comes down to us just improving and be better on it. So.
How important was that break from after the championship game to your first week of practice? How was that break for you guys to heal up and stuff like that?
It was. I think it was a needed break, and we didn't really have. I think we just. I think me personally, it was better just to come back in and get back to work. And I think that's a lot of the guys too that I saw back in the weight room start working out, stretching, and doing all that stuff. So I think it was good just overnight get through that game and just get our mind right for the last game of this season. So and we want to finish the way that we wanted to, like how we started the season. So.
What were your thoughts on Tuli winning Polynesian Player of the Year?
Man, he deserves it. and I felt like he should have, he deserves all those other awards that he was a part of. But he's been a tremendous player throughout this season. Great leader in our defensive group, also in our D-line room. So he deserves all the credit and what he's getting. Hope the best, with whatever his decision for this year's. But excited to see what he has.
I know you have another year of eligibility left. I think. Do you plan on being back here next year? Or?
Yeah, most likely. I ain't going nowhere. I'm excited to come back here and start up a season, good season this coming spring. So I'm excited for that.
Have you been watching any film of the new defensive players that have been coming in here next year? These new recruits?
Not really. I haven't really looked much into it, but we met them, some of them on the visits, and we love those guys that we were getting, and we're excited to work with them. So.